Welcome. This is David Boles, Human Meme. Today's topic, Arclight of Gaslighting. It's a terrible fact of our modern world that gaslighting has become the latest meme of the day, perpetuated upon us and the world as the new normal. Gaslighting as the new standard for responsible leadership, and it is simply reprehensible. Now, my human meme friend, in case you don't know, gaslighting is not about gassing someone with gas, like with a fart or mustard gas or pepper spray or mace. There's no direct physical harm inflicted by this gaslighting. No, gaslighting is all about psychology and the meme of thought manipulation. The sky is green, I tell you, not blue. Why, apples are orange, not red. You know, the only way to love you is to kill you. So this idea of gaslighting arrived in our modern memory first as a stage play of the same name, Gaslight, that was set in 1938 and also written in the same year. The psychological thriller of Gaslight, the horror, concerns a husband trying to convince his wife that she is mad, so he may take advantage of her later and cover up a murder. And so this husband changes tiny things in the house, and when she notices these small changes, he denies there was ever a change made. Sound familiar? And part of his ongoing manipulation in the play Gaslight is in the physical lowering of the intensity of the lighting in the house. And it was gas lighting, way back then, that was performed with wicks and fire and actual natural gas. And you would control the intensity of the lights in your home by lighting the wick and then turning the amount of gas higher or lower in the wall, with a special sort of key to make the room brighter or darker. And yes, gaslighting by itself was pretty dangerous. There were a lot of house fires. You had open flames along the wall. And so, this gaslighter, this gaslighting husband in our story, would slowly play with his wife's mind, and he would carefully turn down, dim these gas lights just a little bit every day. And when his wife began to notice and comment on the room getting darker and darker, he would object and tell her that the room was actually brighter today than it was yesterday. And the wife, trusting her husband, began to doubt herself and her own sanity. And that is the idea of gaslighting. Convincing someone that something isn't really happening. And the play Gaslight became a movie later, and the Arclight of Gaslighting became part of our preserved cultural mimetic. And now we know, as time passes, in our modern lives, there are 3 regular verifiable streams of gaslighting that influence us every day, testing our mental vitality with the foolishness of dimming the truth, of striking the light from day, of telling us it's raining while peeing on our legs. And we have politics and religion and education, all starring together as ever as the unholy trinity of gaslighting. Politics. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. There was no collusion. War means peace. Religion. The Immaculate Conception. Jesus was a white dude. A bris must be performed with a moel's mouth on the baby penis. Education. The bell curve. All writing is systematic. Blind admissions works. You get the idea. But my friend, we also know the worst gaslighters among us are our parents. It is easier for them to gaslight their own children than to reveal the truth. When my mother remarried, her new husband and her new stepsons decided they didn't like her first name, Wilma, and so they decided to call her by her middle name, Jean, instead. But it turns out they didn't really like Jean much better either. So they shortened her name to Jeannie and started calling her by that name. At the time, I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, and I knew my mother's name was Wilma, and not Jean or Jeannie. And when I asked her why her new stepsons and new husband were calling her Jeannie, she got all huffy on me and told me that was her nickname in college. And she told me that all of her closest friends called her Jeannie, and I knew, even at that young age, my mother was fooling with me. My mother was putting one on me. My mother was gaslighting me. Because then, and now, and as ever, nobody has ever called my mother Jeannie. Except, that is, for those 18 miserable months when the professional gaslighters moved into our home and took over the world, changing everything from color to black and white, and claiming the world, their world, lived in CinemaScope Technicolor. And they claimed that all the while as they gassed me and my mother with their renaming scheming. And I'm sure in your everyday life you've met gaslighters who love to say, "Oh, the problem is you, not me. I don't have a problem with anyone at work. Do you?" Gas me now. Then there's also the convenient memory that becomes a gaslighting leak. Remember when you told me, "Why, I never said that." Well, you did. You said it in front of 10 other people. "Why, I never said any such thing." Okay. Gaslighted. And, my friend, in the art of the full confession, yes, I admit I even gaslight sometimes. Unwittingly, on purpose, perhaps, when I may sometimes say to people, "I'm not here." You're not here. Right. I'm sitting at home reading right now. But I'm talking to you. Are you really? What is wrong with you? I'm sorry, I can't hear you from so far away. So I guess we are naturally bound into the lie, lashed to the thrill of the fib, loosed into the long story for a psychological messing with. And so the gaslighting of our friends, family, and peers becomes our favorite pastime. Just because it serves a selfish, egoistic end that delights us to no end. We are the gods in control of our own lives. We decide what is truth and what is right. Only we know what makes a fact checkable. And if I say the sky is green and the grass is blue, who can really go against me? What will they use to prove me wrong? Facts and scientific proof? Well, gas beats electricity every time. And so color saturation attendance is only for the foolhardy and the educated. We all know the world revolves around a cylinder of lies, half-truths, and collusion that never was, while quite being what really is. And the only perpetual motion machine we have is the simple lie that conceives itself against the dark and slowly dims each of us every day into the oblivion of the truly gassed and snuffed. Is it getting darker in here? Or is it just me? Thank you for listening. Be a Human Meme